And hello, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles to TORNA DLC. So we are on what seems to be a big gem thingy, which is actually, now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure what that is, because that really hasn't come up too much. Maybe all Titans have some core crystal-esque type thing in the same way we saw Gramps with the thing in his chest. They just might be different sized. So yeah, after this, I don't know how much is left in the game. I sort of get the feeling we're reaching a precipice at the very least of the end. But yeah, based on what people said, I do think that I'm probably going to play through to the end and then go back and do some of the side quests people recommended. And that'll probably be my way to just wrap up with what I want to do with the game. So now this is close. I can sense him. So this is it then, the final battle. What shall we do? We may never get another chance like this. Yeah. Following battle will mean restarting from the titles. Okay, so we're literally here. Okay. The game was set. I mean, I should. Speaking of shit I should do, there's something that now that I think about it, no, I don't want that. There's something that I haven't done in a while, and it's upgrade this shit. I haven't actually, man, I don't have enough to get all.
This is how I'll protect you all.
It is interesting how much they split this up among everything. That sounds really good, but I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough for most of these. This is probably the good thing.
Must have improved.
I actually haven't touched this menu specifically for quite some time. Critical hit, yes, because there's a lot of things that have like 20 hits, and critical hits would be fantastic.
Excellent.
Strength by 10%. Probably good because I'm using him as a DPS.
And our efforts won't be in vain.
I don't know if this is actually good for AI. Presumably it just means they can use them at the beginning of the battle, but I don't know if like practically they'll use them in like a good way. My guess is probably not. And because I legitimately can't put anything else. This is the only thing I can afford. Okay. Man, I haven't touched a lot of his. I legitimately don't. Would strength be good for him? Here's the thing. Using him as... I mean, that is just objectively good for him.
Grant me the wisdom to lead ever better.
HP up.
I am always learning.
Luck probably is a good thing for him. I forget what luck does in this game, but it's probably good. Oh my goodness, I need 40 more to afford that. I might as well just do other stuff then. Could I? Nope, won't be able to afford the strength if I did that. I am going to bet on the concept. I mean, this is just as good,
I am always
actually.
learning.
And I think that's the last thing I can afford. That's sort of frustrating. Oh well. Also, I guess, that's another thing I haven't done in a while. I haven't enhanced arts in forever and a half. Oh, if there's one thing this DLC did, it's introduced just 1.5 million, like, I wouldn't even say it didn't introduce 1.5 million systems. It took everything, it simplified a few things, and then just like immensely complicated other stuff. Like this whole rear guard arts, like now you have it for both. It's not even immensely, but like they doubled up the complexity of various stuff like this. So you don't have as many things to juggle via like all the different blades and whatnot. But there's just little things here that aren't like the most complex things in the world, but they add a complexity that you need to pay attention to it. It's at the very least a good idea to pay attention to it. So you're left in this state where there's a bunch of stuff. It's like, did I remember to go through all 20 things that I need to maintain and upgrade over time? And there's a few things I just straight up forgot for a while. That includes for the blades on this too, so... yeah, just, you know,
The
do all this.
culmination of years of sovereignty.
Okay, I spent a bit of time setting everything up, and I saved even, so I should be ready to go, and I pressed that button by accident. Let us go. Alright then, I too think it is time for us to make a stand. Think only of the battle, Majesty. Bridget and I are here to protect you to the end. Indeed, we, the Jewels of Mortain, are sworn to serve you for now and forever. I really do wonder what's going to happen to him. I feel like he'll probably get out of this perfectly fine. But he is 100% the sort of character where there's enough I don't know about what happened in their family, in the lineage of it. He could die in this. He could definitely die in this. Bridget, Jean, I trust you with my life. I will write of this battle in my journal. It will be a story for the ages. Was that in her journal? Did we ever talk about that? Might have she been brought back to her core crystal before she could? Yeah, with the power we command, there's absolutely no way we can lose. Who needs modesty, eh? He just... Oh, I suppose I accidentally pressed the button. I suppose we are a pretty good match with you in our lineup. Melanus, I assume he said. Melanus and I will be evenly matched, but with all of you by my side, it tips the balance. He's got no one but himself to rely on, and that's why he's going down. In before the Praetor shows up and decides to bring like an army. Oh, and there's all his like mechanical menaces too, right? Do you have those to counter his? Because he does have those. Ithra, you've really changed. Huh, you think? Wonder who's to blame for that. You drivers must really rub off on people. Well, that's the nature of what a driver's supposed to be, isn't it? It's not just that. Hell, if that were the case, I'd be some kind of street preacher by now. I mean, it's cumulative. She's pretty fresh-faced, though. I think we can... I mean, I suppose she does have all the data going through her, so... When you put it that way, I can't help feeling just the slightest twinge of pity for our dear Quester. I'm sorry, but I must sympathize with Minoth. I couldn't imagine having to be the blade of such a horrid man. It's true. The rest of us are lucky to have such caring drivers, like Laura. I'll have you know, we're just as lucky to have such loyal companions by our side, Jin. I couldn't have put it better. Thank you, Jin. Thank you, everyone. Right, let's knock Malos off his high horse, then get ourselves out of here. Back to the boys. I was told to not stare at the ground in whatever battle's coming up. I will think about that.
You got here fast. I thought you'd jump ship with the rest of the rats.
Tornans are braver than you think, Malos. Nobody here is scared of you.
Yeah, that's the thing I was more worried about. In terms of tipping the balance?
Look!
Yes, I can see it.
That's a lot of them. I didn't realize he had that many.
10 minutes to go. 10 minutes before my gargoyles overrun the core entirely. If you can take me down, that means you win. If you can't, well, end of story.
Aren't you smug?
We were born into the stinking world. Might as well have some fun. Life or death? Not much of a choice. But you gotta choose, partner.
Okay.
Heads up, people.
Believe me, there was no one. No more running amok. No good. No more running amok.
That hurt. Well, caught me off guard at least. I am having trouble just keeping fucking track of what the fuck's happening. Oh, shackle, shackle, shackle. Okay, that's getting really fucking annoying.
Now they're mad.
Okay, is there actually a way to get people to target the other ones? Or am I sort of stuck on that? Okay. I should be able to, well, finish this for one, and I should be able to probably get the other one in the crossfire, right? Probably. Probably.
Let's get another one in. Bridget.
There is no escape. Glad you know where that came from. Jen, I need you up front.
Magnificent. Any last word? Aggravating little.
Yep, there it goes. Okay.
This is the part I like. Emperor Hugo. Influence.
Magnificent. Obstinate. Magnificent. Sora, I've left you some.
It's sort of funny, because that was just sort of a giant-ass clusterfuck of shit happening. I gotta be honest.
Save the best for last. Keep it going. Leave the rear guard to me, Bridget.
There is no escape.
Of course, it's...
I fight
Oh, fucking...
From strength
Whatever.
to strength.
Of
I shall
course,
defend
3
my
out of
emperor
4.
against all
3 out of
assailants.
4 chance of getting it.
Do you really care for this
3 out of
world
4
that
chance
much?
to actually get it, and I get the fucking 1 out of 4. Of course. Not that I needed it. Yeah, there's a giant ass amount. So is that what that request was about, or suggestion, that there was just a shit ton of them in the sky? Because yeah, there's a shit ton of them in the sky. There also might be another phase, because that was really simple.
Adam, the gargoyles.
I see them, but what's wrong? That all you got?
Oh, I got plenty. I think it's time to smash your toys.
Huh?
Ophion! You know, preparation is everything, Malos.
Okay, does she just have one big toy? She doesn't have... That's pretty good.
Nice. That's my partner. Shame you only have one. It won't be enough.
You hit them in the clouds?
Preparation is everything. Like you said, partner.
He really likes that word, doesn't he? I'm trying to... He definitely didn't say it nearly as much in the main game. Well, we know Ophion, like, sticks around in the future. And it's not like people of today have the ability to fix him, so...
Ophion!
Hold firm. He's coming.
You got something to say?
Why the damn bloodlust?
I've told you before. The humans built the bonfire. All I did was help them light it.
Enough sophistry.
Oh, yeah? Are you a blade or not? You know it as well as I do. What humans are really like. You think they're all like your precious driver?
Malos!
Yeah, we haven't seen that thing come down in a while, have we?
Oh, you summoned Siren. Then let me add to the mix, too.
Okay, this is definitely escalating. Okay, if we're gonna have... There we go! Okay, I think I know what I was being told about. Okay, in this battle, the party gauge will be replaced by the Siren gauge, which will charge by scoring hits against Mallows. Okay. When all 3 sections of the gauge are charged, press plus to make Siren use an Artifice Art. Okay. Artifice Arts will not only deal damage to Malus' Siren, but they'll also boost your team's attack power. And it looks like he has a gauge too. Similarly, Malus also has a Siren gauge. He will charge. When the gauge is full, he will attack Mithras Siren with Artifice Arts to get a boost to his own attack. Do they have health? I don't see a health bar for them. The Artifice Arts get stronger the more they are used, so the key to prevailing is to try and reach the higher level Artifice Arts before Malus does. Okay, so basically we want to fill up our chain, or like a team chain bar, whatever they called it. I just read it out loud. I don't remember. Furthermore, you won't be able to use chain attacks while the sign engages displays the plan accordingly. Okay. So there's no point. Is there any point really to go for those, really? I'm totally going to fill it up and just go on and on every single time. Oh, does it reduce his to 0 too? So do I just need to keep ahead of him? Is that how it works? I don't know how to end this one. Oh my goodness. Oh, did I just take too long? Did I take too long? Oh, it's locked. That's not good. How long's that locked? Okay. Oh, god damn it! Don't move off Mithra at that point! Legitimately waiting on that! Oh my goodness. There we go. Holy shit, the sound effects are just so fucking loud. I don't remember them being a problem before. Yeah, he's out of me. He's out of me. He's out of me. I wonder how many of these there are. Holy shit! We want to call that friendly fire? Okay, this is a lot more epic than anything in the main game. Come on. Come on, we have time. God damn it. God damn it!
You don't know what you're doing, do you, partner?
Okay, more of this. Oh my god, this is sort of hurting my ears with all the sound effects. Oh, I should have done the thing first. Oh! We're at the point of actually just doing a thing! Just gotta build up a chain attack, I think. We're at that point! Oh, yeah, there's stuck in a freaking thingamabob. Okay, here we go. Oh, they made this fun. They wanted you to put every single thing on before you started. They really wanted that. They really, really wanted that. Let's go.
Emperor Hugo.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Press the wrong button.
Swap with me. We're not done yet.
Oh, shoot. Did I fuck up? I might have fucked up by not pressing that button. Because now everyone's going to be targeting their thing. Oh.
Don't forget me.
Nope, I can do this.
Leave the rear guard to me.
There is no escape.
That would have been bad.
Their defense is in tatters. There.
It's not over. Not by a long shot. Take it away, Prince. Enough! Magnificent.
This is the part I like most. I shall leave it in your capable hands, Leon.
Magnificent.
God, I was going for Jin. Why am I fucking this up now? I mean, I'm already at overkill, so it doesn't actually matter that much.
Magnificent. Mithra, would you?
Come on!
May I follow?
Sword whip time? Sword whip time?
There is no escape.
Sword whip time.
Your luck has run out.
Finish it with sword whips! This is what was meant to be! I missed the thing! Yes, let's do this!
The flames dance.
Is it just me, or does this seem more...
A magnificent
Or is-
flame still, Your Majesty. I
Wait,
feel like I've
why
learned
give me a
something.
level up? Oh,
shall
right.
use this
If it's
power
like the
for
main
glory
game, then
of
I can,
your
like, keep those
game.
level ups
Oh, you ain't
after
seen
reloading
nothing
beforehand.
yet.
Okay.
Mithra!
Ooh, he seems mad. He seems mad. Okay, that was by and far the most epic thing that has ever happened gameplay-wise in this series.
Good show! But I know you've got more! Let it all out, Mithra! Stop holding out on me! Can't do it. I can bring it out of you.
Uh-oh. Yep, I got that feeling. Oh, that is not what I thought I thought he was going to aim for the people where Mithra and them were. Holy shit.
The town. This can't be real.
Milton!
Mithra? What is that?
Ah, which explains why he knows about it. Okay. Now I can see new model?
Show me what you got, Mithra. Do it! Make
That
me
would have been a very
proud!
interesting thing for them to show at this point.
Wait! Mithra! You can't!
What is happening?
This is a battle between the Aegises.
You know, given I don't think we've ever seen his siren again. Oh, she can bring down the Titan by trying to kill him. Uh-oh.
Burn it all! What?
Has he not figured out the whole, like, basically control over creation that they have? Has he not figured that part out yet?
That's it! Perfect! That's the power that our father gave us! It's what the world has cried for since its birth! Me, you, we're here to give them what they want!
No. You're wrong. I don't.
Really? Then I'll just have to claim all the destruction for myself!
Ooh.
I just want to save.
Seeing the future, as she is known to be able to do. That's really far. Ooh. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, that is my bad feeling about how his fate would play out going to. Oh no. Oh, who said that she was the one who brought down the Titan? I suppose that, I mean, yeah, as that was escalating, that seemed very much likely the direction they were going to go in here.
Our nation, our people.
My brother, we must flee before we lose the ground beneath our feet. Did you heed me, brother? Brother! My brother!
Down with the ship, I suppose. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of things you sort of figure are going to happen, but it doesn't make them any less painful to see.
Adam, I commend my people to you.
Ooh, that's... So, okay, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be that he dies, and then that's why we never hear about him again. Oh, if it's a character we haven't really heard about in the future, or like live to the future, then... and then the refugees are probably gonna be taken to the, Indo... Oh my goodness, I don't remember that place's name anymore. Where the, where the church place is, and that's where he probably sees all the experiments.
Jin? Hayes? Where? Adam? Everyone?
Oh no. Are we gonna see... Oh, yeah, 2 dormant core crystals. Oh. Oh, Hugo.
Hugo.
Yeah, I can see how Adam might get into his mind about how devastatingly dangerous Mithra is. And how it could be used for good, but it could easily just as easily be used improperly. I'm still confused as how this leads into Laura's final situation. Because part of what I'm vaguely remembering is this idea that the Praetor, because they said at some point where it's like, oh, the Aegis took down Torna. It's like, no, really, it was the Praetor's doing. And they like then showed Laura's death, which sort of gave the implication of just like an all-out sort of war on the place. Are they just going to lead this into... Because the implication seemed to imply less so that the Aegises literally took it down in the main game. I thought they had like originally implied that, then proceeded to imply that they didn't literally take it down, though they might have had like a fight there or something. But they would literally have... What's the best way to phrase it? They would have literally... No. The Praetor would have... what was his name? Amalthus, right? Amalthus would have created some war that ended up bringing it down or something like that. I'm going to guess that she's going to go back to try to help people, and that's what's going to result in her dying. Yeah, probably something like that. Oh, much too young. Much too young. Man, going back and doing side quests is going to be fun, isn't it? I didn't actually think about that implication. How it might be a little bit of a downer on going back and doing stuff. And yeah, we have heard about Titans literally getting knocked out of existence, yeah.
Mikhail!
I could definitely see how this would result in Mithra wanting to seal herself away, too. Did I ever mention that she has some of Pyra's specials? Like her level 3 is Pyra's? I noticed that ages ago. But you can sort of see one of the things they were trying to do. In terms of showing that Pyra is elements of her. And in a sense, elements of her back when she was in a better state of mind, too. Yeah, I have no idea how a person would be able to process that. That is a lot to take in, no matter who you are. No! Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down! And so, the ship went down. Actually. Oh.
You're leaving?
Yes. The Royal Spirit Crucible is in Leftheria. I believe it'll keep this sealed.
Royal what now?
I see.
I have a request for you. I hear that a militia squad is evacuated to Specia. Give them a message from me. Once things are calm, they should come to Leftheria. Okay?
Understood. I'll do it.
Ooh. Oh, I mean, I would like to see Pyra interact with them, even if just like for a little bit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. God damn. Okay, what do I even say at this point? That her probably going to this Specia place is probably where she's going to die? Because that's the last loose end, isn't it? Isn't it?
What is that?
Caught up with you at last, Laura.
Oh,
How do you know my name?
It knows human speech.
But it's not a blade.
I forgot about this. Oh my fucking goodness.
Gort?
This is a fucking thing to just...
What happened to you?
It hurt. Oh, the pain. It hurt when you cut my bloody arm off. Hmm? Is this my arm? Hey, I have an arm! It still hurts, though. It throbs and it throbs and it just doesn't stop.
I can't make sense of this.
He's lost his mind.
I don't think so. He seems ecstatic.
I'll use your blood as a balm for my wounds. How about it? Sound fair? Yeah!
Oh, is this another battle?
I'll start with you. You torn blade. I'm paying you back for cutting my arms off, you dog! I'll have me arms back. And I think I deserve some interest too. I'll take your ears and nose as well. But first, I'll get your blood for my medicine. Then it'll be your turn, Laura. It's your meddling that did this to me after all. It was you and your bitch mother. I knew I should have gotten myself a decent woman. It's your bastard fault. Think you're gonna die quick? Nah, I'm gonna enjoy watching you suffer.
I will not let you insult my mother like that.
Huh? Hurts to hear the truth, don't it?
You think you can pass judgment on my mother? You don't know us!
Leave it, Laura. Trying to talk to him is a waste of time.
He's right. No more mercy. This creature is beyond help.
That's true. That's very true.
Jin. Hayes. You're right. I won't waste my mercy on him.
She still has the medal on.
But I will end his pain.
Mikhail, get away.
Excellent! I'll have me some prime-time entertainment with you, girl. Hope you're a screamer, Laura!
Okay, this feels like a weird thing. This feels sort of tacked on, I gotta be honest. Yes, I would imagine it has. Good thing I've been using her and know how to use her.
Ready to put another win under our belts?
Just focus.
Can't just leave it there.
Away. 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 Hey.
Oh, I was hoping I was gonna land on the potion. Ooh, that actually hurt. I won't be able to make use of chain attacks, really. I don't really have a way to launch him either. There we go. Okay, this does feel sort of tacked on. Like they could have done a lot more with whatever this story was supposed to be. Almost like it was like something they thought up, but they could never think of a way to incorporate it with everything else. I mean, they clearly liked it, though. How much effort they put into that fucking model alone. That thing's creepy as fuck.
I still want it. I still wanted to play.
It's a play? Now that's a weird thing to say, based on everything we know about him.
Shameless. To the very end. You can rest easy now, Mother.
It's a loose end. It's honestly a loose end I just straight up forgot about. Are we not going to?
Somebody turned Gort into that horrible thing.
Did they mean to kill us?
I don't know. But Malos dying won't necessarily be enough to bring peace to the world. That I am certain of.
As long as there are people.
There'll always be strife, I suppose.
Don't say that. Things can change. There's always hope. Don't you think, Jin?
Yes, you're right. As long as blades and humans are bonded to each other.
Surely, someday.
This feels like they want to go out on like a positive note, but I'd be surprised if they didn't show that.
This wind will carry lots of memories. When you look
Oh,
around,
poison?
you won't see
My
me
god, that's aggressive. That's aggressive as a grasp for power.
there, that I am there. For a time I will be away, with the wind gusting along. I'll just say it won't be too long.
That was the ship going down.
We will meet
Oh, it's a sad concept. The fact that he, like, legitimately got to such a point that he actually thought that that was necessary and went to those lengths to take someone he basically treated like a sister or a daughter.
sentimentally. The time passes by, and all we shared was a moment, I know. But that moment
That's the
shine us through to the sky. So
the resistance, I presume.
be forever.
Oh wow. What is the argument? Did they ever? I don't remember this. I remember them talking about this. Did they ever have a discussion about what the argument was to justify it?
In the course of a lifetime, a man will see uncountable meetings and partings. Yet, as your life's candle sputters and dies, whose face is it that rises to greet you? Happy is the man who can sleep in the comfort of the smile he sees then. No, I don't wish for forever. Even just for one moment. It's enough if it's with her. And yet, what is the man to do who has not been afforded that chance? The road stretches on without end. I cannot but walk down it. As long as I keep walking, I can hold out hope that one day the time may come when I see her smile again. That hope keeps me afloat.
You won't come back.
This is the road I must walk. Our paths won't cross. But should we, in fact, ever meet again? On that day,
Since that day you came and took my hand, our story began. So don't be scared to reach out for someone. I know you will be fine. Just go
Oh, yeah, they just skipped by the death part and then showed it via the gem going red, the core going red. Oh, that last shot though, that was a fantastic last shot, cinematography and all that fun stuff. I mean, they've always been good at that, but they really knew exactly how they wanted to end that. Oh, what do you even say at this point? Shit went down. It did. It did. Time for happy time, side quest time? Happier time? Maybe. It is a nice little element to make everything feel, from the main game, feel just a bit more layered, and you get a little bit more of that feeling of how everything comes together. Not that it wasn't layered before, but it just makes it feel like everything has a bit more depth to it. Like an 8-foot pole became a 10-foot pole, that sort of thing. Okay, I guess let's go down the list. I don't think the side quests are going to change my general opinions in the game, so let's make this quick. Graphically, it was basically the main game. They used a lot of the same songs and whatnot. I guess, there wasn't as many awkward elements that made it look like things were a bit rushed in terms of the localization or even just the general presentation. It definitely feels like it's a bit more polished than the main game. In both, like, the localization, like I said, as well as just the game in general. Because the game in general was not without weird, like, mixing and other random things in the main one. Where it felt like... Because I know people mention that part of the thing about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is that they were, like, lost a bunch of staff to go, like, work on Zelda, I think. And, like, while they were developing it. So there's a lot of stuff that was undermanned or rushed as a result of that. Which is really unfortunate. Partially because, and I think I've said it before, I don't care for the Zelda series, so it feels like a net negative to me. But it is what it is. But it definitely felt more polished here, and I'm very much looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I assume will be probably the next one, and I do plan on playing X2. I've had the Wii U that I've bought specifically for that, just sitting with my other consoles for so long, it is more dust than it is console at the moment. I bought that with the intention to play that before Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I did. And just, my goodness myself. What am I doing? With that in mind, presentation-wise, I thought it was much like the main game, basically, so take my thoughts on that, and basically a bit more refined. A little bit more consistently polished throughout. In terms of gameplay... I thought it was good. I think it had a better flow to it than the main game. I do feel as though it is a bit more refined and they had a better idea of what they wanted to achieve. The main game is fun and I like a lot of the elements of it, but it feels more experimental, like they're sort of working through like a new idea and it isn't quite as put together. And this, while I wouldn't say it's put together, as I imagine they'd probably do a lot of things differently if they started from scratch again, it does feel like an interesting way to modify what the main game had to make it feel a bit better to play, just because, like I said, the flow of it, you know, not counting for the fact that there's, like, it's on the Switch and there's lots of performance random hiccups and bullshit and stuff like that in the more intense moments, like in that last battle. There was a lot of just like, okay, things are slowing down. Okay, everything's fuzzy now. That sort of thing. Honestly, it's just one of those things that's where it's I sort of wish it wasn't a Switch game. I really sort of do. I feel like it could be such a better game if it was just on something a bit more modern. Like, I know consoles in general tend to be a bit farther back relative to the top-of-the-line stuff that you could conceptually get, but the thing about it is that game... So, okay, this is going to be a mini tangent. Games are designed in a way where they're made for the minimum spec that it can be expected for it, right? So you basically have a few situations that you can find something in. Depending, if it's multi-platform, then it's made for whatever the lowest thing that they want to be able to make it playable on, right? And then they upscale it and add bells and whistles as you go up. So if you have a game that's capable of being made for mobile, then it'll be made so it can run on the mobile, even if poorly, and then it'll be scaled up, and then that can limit design and whatnot. If it's a game that's made for like a cheap PC, because you need to be able to actively be able to get that larger PC base if you want that, then unless you're doing something relatively simple graphically, you are again in a situation where you're making for a lower level and then giving bells and whistles as like the specs of the PC go up. Consoles are interesting where multi-platform, you're going to have things holding other stuff back and whatnot. But typically, if they're pretty decent, you're able to do a lot of stuff on them. And the problem with the Switch... Well, I would say this in another way. With console gaming, they tend to be one of the things that defines what the lowest level realistically is that they're trying to design for, and usually a bit below that, because like PCs will tend to be realistically, like a cheap PC, a low-end PC is going to be lower than a console for a decent amount of the console's lifespan. But consoles typically are the thing that they get designed for. And the Nintendo consoles, Switch in particular, is, as I've played it, I've really noticed it, especially with this game, tend to have games that are made more in line with the design expectations of the higher performing consoles, but then are scaled back a bit in a bunch of different ways. So you tend to have a bit more of that. At least if it's not like a Nintendo game, because I know this is Monolith Soft, not Nintendo games tend to be a bit more designed specifically for the platform and ignoring all that other stuff. I know that. But you do see a lot of that on the system where it's more designed for, and I think Xenoblade is honestly one of those games. I honestly did not intend to go into this little rant, where one of these games where it would be better off if it was made for something like the PlayStation. I honestly believe that's the case, where it would benefit in the little ways. Not that I think that what they did isn't like very good for what it's running on and whatnot, but I'm going to end that there because I feel like I've got all my opinions on that. I didn't really want to talk about that in the first place coming to it. That's just my train of consciousness in the moment. So yeah, gameplay. What was I talking about? I felt it was good. I felt they had things a bit more refined, a bit more balanced and whatnot. And you didn't have all the blades to do, so the expectations were a bit more in line. The main game challenge was honestly, I don't know, it was like the main game, or I guess the main story challenge was a lot like the main game, where it wasn't that difficult. It was actually really, really forgiving. And I'm sure there's some super bosses and shit, which I might go do too. I'm not sure if I'm at a point where I feel like doing that. If just because I've been on the game for a long time, and it's honestly more narrative content that I'm a bit more pushed by for it. So I suppose that's an asterisk to my enjoyment of the gameplay. Like, I think it's probably an improvement, a good direction to go, but it didn't, for whatever reason, whether it's just the main game, didn't like spur me to want to just like delve into like the optional super bosses and whatnot in the same way the main game did. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just the point. Maybe it's just me. It could be. And the point of life I'm in, all that sort of fun stuff, just changing over the course of a year. So, in the design philosophy realm, what are we at, like an hour 20? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll post this on Christmas or something, based on the time. I can ramble for all I want, because it doesn't really matter. With that in mind, the design of it, one of the main complaints I had about the main game was that it was sort of, it had just everything and a half in it, and it felt like the balance of what it was and how things interacted with each other was not nearly as good as the first Xenoblade game. And that was one of the biggest things that held it back from something that was fantastic, from just like, it was just really good rather than being just like fantastic. Like, I'd recommend this to anyone who likes this sort of game in the slightest. And then it sort of goes back to just being like, it's pretty good, it's really good, it's in that range of quality. It does what it wants to do well, but there's a lot of side paths that may have thorns and thorny roses and stuff like that. So I do feel as though this, because it was tighter, had a better idea of what it wanted to be. And it sort of goes back to the gameplay elements, where the main game felt like it was a lot more experimental, a bit more all over the place, and there's a lot of good ideas and enjoyment to be had out of it, but it was sort of all over the place in a lot of ways, and this was a bit more tighter. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I suppose, now I think of it, is really more just up to the eye of the beholder at that point. But it is what it is, essentially. Story-wise, I mean, it is what it is. It was a prologue, basically. It's what you signed up for. The thing, like my biggest complaint about it probably would be literally the thing at the end with what's-his-face? The head in the mouth. That was creepy as fuck. It really was. But it still feels a bit tacked on. Like, they did not know how to really incorporate that, despite them, like, really liking it as the story of what happened there. They just didn't know what to do with it, and they're just like, okay, we'll have it at the end here, because we forgot about it to this point. And that's honestly my only complaint about it. I thought everything else was good. I liked all the characters. I thought they got on well. There was a nice element to their interactions with each other and all that sort of fun stuff. So, what else? Overall, it was good. I think my thoughts on it are a lot more of an extension to the main game, less so than just comparing it to it. Less so than my ability. I feel like I lack the ability to what am I saying? I'm actually forgetting the word. It starts with car. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm sorry that I'm rambling, but to steal off that part of my thought process from the main game, I'm sort of incapable of judging it at the moment without it just being sort of like amendments, an addendum to my thoughts on the main game. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. How much of this has been just me sort of like, oh, I'm saying something stupid, weird, whatever. I don't know anymore. But yeah, like all my Let's Plays, they're always very stream of consciousness, so these are just my thoughts as they jump into my head. So it's hard to say. Would I say it's better than the main game? I think it's more refined. I think it has more focus. If that's a good or bad thing is sort of moment to moment, realistically, I'd say. Well, outside of the pure, like, presentations, a bit more refined throughout. They have a better idea of what they're going for, focus, etc., etc., etc. Overall, I thought it was very good. I don't see any reason to think that this is significantly different in a way that I would say it's better or worse than the main game. And it was just, in the end, more of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to leave it there, as I am planning to come back to do some of the side quests. Which, speaking of, where does it leave me off? I assume right before that cutoff point, and I can go do whatever? Yep, okay. Hey guys, you're alive! Woo! Jump! Oh god, I can jump. That is not what I was expecting. It's not what I was expecting. It's not what I was expecting. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my goodness, could I actually just get down? I probably could. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there for the day. As the sun rises on a new set of side quests. I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.